When Life Gives You Tangerines is already set to be one of the most popular K-dramas of 2025, but while countless fans have watched this series, not many have noticed several small details that make the show even more interesting. This drama tells the story of the romance between the rebellious Oh Ae-soon and the silent and diligent young Gwan Sik as they try to overcome various challenges together over the course of several decades. Since the story unfolds over a long timeline, different actors play the protagonists at different stages of their lives. As young adults, the main characters are played by IU and Park Bo-gum, while Moon So-ri and Park Hae-jun take over the roles of the protagonists when they're middle-aged. IU talked about the difficulties of portraying a character that evolves over a long time period and explained that she worked closely with So-ri to make Ae-soon's behavior consistent throughout the series. IU revealed that she and So-ri often said their lines to each other while filming to try to incorporate similar speech patterns. She also explained that she changed her voice a little bit while portraying Ae-soon at different stages of her life, opting for a higher sound when she acted as a teenager. Then she gradually changed her voice as her character grew older, aiming to make it seem more and more similar to So-ri's voice. Instead, when IU took on the role of Ae-soon's daughter Young Goom Myung, she used the lowest voice she could use to make it seem more different. Speaking of the children of the main characters, there's a hidden meaning behind their names that might be obvious to Korean speakers, but many international viewers have missed it. The three children are called Goom Myung, Un Myung, and Dong Myung, and in Korean Goom means gold, Un means silver, and Dong means bronze. This small detail not only reveals how much Ae-soon and Gwan Sik value their children, but is also a reference to their lives and dreams. In his youth, Gwan Sik wanted to become a track and field athlete and dreamed of winning a lot of medals in the sport. However, he put aside this dream when he married Ae-soon, and he had to take a job on a fishing boat to support his family. Giving the names gold, silver, and bronze to his children reveals that Gwan Sik thinks of them as his greatest achievement and the most precious medals he could ever have. This detail also shows the evolution of Gwan Sik's personality over time, as he understood that real happiness for him didn't come from the glory of sports victories, but from the simple moments shared with his family. This isn't the only detail linked to the original language of the drama, as even the title of the series has a peculiar meaning. The original title of the drama is Poksak Sogatsuda, which is a phrase in the Jeju Island dialect meaning "you've worked hard." This title reflects the many difficulties that Ae-soon and Gwan Sik have to overcome during their lives, and how they believe that they were able to have a successful and fulfilling life by working hard. However, the international adaptation of the title is completely different. The English title, When Life Gives You Tangerines, is a reference to the phrase "when life gives you lemons, make lemonade," which is used to encourage positivity in the face of the many adversities that life might present. The production team decided to change lemons into tangerines as a reference to Jeju Island, where the show is set, as this fruit is a famous product of this region. Titles with a similar meaning as the English one were also chosen for other international adaptations, as the Spanish title translates into "If Life Gives You Tangerines," while the Thai title means "Let's smile even on days when tangerines aren't sweet." In Taiwan, Netflix opted for a different version of the title, which references both the Korean and English meanings. The Taiwanese title carries the original Korean meaning of meeting you after hardships, using the Chinese idiom "bitterness ends, the sweetness comes," but replacing sweetness with tangerines. Many have praised this attention to detail when it comes to translating the title for an international audience, arguing that the English version is especially smart. The series itself also hides a lot of small, interesting details that are easy to miss. While speaking about some moments from the show with So-ri and Hae-jun, IU confessed an unexpected secret behind an otherwise unassuming scene. During a particular moment that she filmed alongside Hae-jun, IU's character was supposed to appear with a reddish tone on her face. However, when she realized that using makeup would have made her look a bit too cute, she decided to take a few drinks and make her face turn red more naturally. Despite the fact that she was a bit tipsy while filming this scene, in the end, no one noticed any difference. Hae-jun also revealed a secret behind the same scene, confessing that he had a lot of trouble while eating as the noodles kept slipping, and this would have made the moment too awkward. For this reason, the scene had to be filmed various times, and even in the final version, Hae-jun can be seen hesitating while eating the noodles. This isn't the only moment in which the cast had some trouble with food while filming. During a moment in which various characters are eating together, they had to pass to each other some bowls, and to make the food look more realistic, the bowls had to be reheated various times. However, this meant that they were really hot, and that's why the characters can be seen passing the bowls around very quickly. Another scene involving Gwan Sik and Gum Myong instead has a much more touching detail. As Gwan Sik leaves on a bus, his daughter waves him goodbye from afar, and for a moment he sees her as a kid once again. Many viewers might have missed that in this scene. The child version of Gum Myong is wearing the exact same clothes as those worn by IU while playing the adult version of the character. Another heartwarming detail comes from a scene in which Gwan Sik meets with Soon and she's crying. To show that his character didn't know what to do in that situation, Bogum started fidgeting with his hands, showing how he was overwhelmed with emotion. Immediately afterward, Gwan Sik stutters a bit while talking, but this time it wasn't done on purpose, as Bogum revealed that he just forgot his line. However, this moment was still included in the final version, as it makes Gwan Sik seem even more emotional. IU also showed great attention to detail in another scene, as she explained that she used both hands while making a shush gesture to show that she had rings on all her fingers. The cast members also revealed that they often had to film while it was really cold and windy, but it's hard to notice when watching the show. To fight the cold and feel more warm, they often had to wear more clothes and undergarments, but this doesn't take anything away from the historically accurate outfits of the protagonists, and is once again a detail that is actually pretty hard to notice. Another important element that makes the show feel more real is the setting, and the production team worked hard to perfectly recreate a village of Jeju Island from a few decades ago. IU and Bogum revealed that an entire town had to be built to host the show, and every prop was placed meticulously. They also explained that while the boats used in the series were real, the water was instead added with CGI, but it's actually hard to tell. Other small details are instead meant to give hints about how the story ends, and some suggest a very sad final arc. As the series progresses, the characters grow older and older, and the final episodes might include the final stages of their lives, showing a poetic but heartbreaking depiction of aging, loss, and the passage of time. This can be seen already in the teasers for the final episodes, as the promotional material released by Netflix has an atmosphere of sorrow and sadness. The preview of the final portion of the show has left many fans heartbroken, as it hints at an impending tragedy. The clip suggests that Soon will suffer another devastating loss in her life, adding to the countless hardships she had to overcome over the course of several decades. One of the most distressing moments of the teaser shows Gum Myong breaking down in tears as someone is rushed to the hospital, while another shot shows Soon in her old age sitting alone in deep contemplation. Meanwhile, Gwan Sik is shown in some pictures as being in a frail and weakened state, suggesting that he might experience health problems. The idea of an impending tragedy was actually suggested in the first episode of the series, which introduces Soon as an old lady living in a nursery home who's reflecting on her past. Since Soon is shown alone in this scene, and because the teasers for the final episodes point to a devastating loss, it's possible that these are hints that Gwan Sik will pass away at some point. This already sad possibility is made even more heartbreaking by a detail from a previous episode, as Soon once said that her only wish was to grow older and pass away at the same time as Gwan Sik, the love of her life. As Soon has already suffered a lot during her life, some viewers are now scared that the story might add another layer of sadness to the finale. Many are hoping for a heartwarming ending, and some are even pleading to the producers to avoid making the show even more sad than it already is. It remains to be seen whether the hints given throughout the show and in the teasers have actually anticipated Gwan Sik's passing, or if it was all done to make the series more dramatic and the series ends on a more heartwarming tone. In any case, the ending of the show will surely leave a mark on the mind of every viewer.